and welcome back to my channel. Unfortunately, I have a cold, and I said to myself I wasn't going to get a cold, and then I ended up getting one, but oh well, we're just going to crack on. And as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about my hair, and as you can see, it is not in the best of condition as normal. That's because I've started the process of getting locks. And I'm not getting dreadlocks, I'm getting locks, and there is a difference between the two. So I thought I would share my lock journey with you all. So I thought I would share my journey with you so that I can look back at it and then see how my hair has improved and everything like that. And I thought, what better way of sharing my journey with you than doing a Q&A and just getting into how I came to the decision, why, how I started it, what process, and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to be introducing you to the beginning of my hair journey in this video. So my hair before, I've always had natural hair. I straightened it a few times. About 2 years ago I straightened it, so it kind of changed the texture ever so slightly, but not a lot. But my hair has always been quite straight anyway, and it was kind of a thick texture, but it was easy to manage. I'll insert some clips here of how my hair looks like before so that you can see what it looked like before. So I wanted to get dreadlocks for a very, very long time, and it was about 5 years ago or something like that, and that's when I first had the idea of getting dreadlocks. And I said to my parents that I wanted to get dreadlocks, but I couldn't think about it or research it that much, so I decided to go ahead and research dreadlocks. And I watched this particular video by Lazy Dreads, I'll link that down below for any of you who might be interested in getting your hair dreadlocked. And it came to the point in the video where he said, and if all of this information is scaring you right now, then maybe you need to rethink this whole idea and do some more research until you come to the decision that if it's right for you or not. And at that time it did really scare me, and I thought, you know what, I'll stick with my hair as it is at the moment, and I'll think about it and see how I feel. And that was about 3 years ago, and well, almost 4 now, seeing as it's the new year. All of that information scared me, and I decided that I'll do some more research when I feel more comfortable with it, because at that time I knew I wasn't ready for it. And it was only about 2 months ago that I saw a picture on Pinterest. Yes, you can follow me on Pinterest, I'll leave the link here. Sorry about that, my battery died. But as I was saying, I was looking on Pinterest and started pinning pictures that I found interesting, and then I started looking through Tumblr, and I just saw all these really cool pictures of people just rocking their dreadlocks, and that's when I started to think about it again, and remembering all the times when I said to various people that I really wanted to get it done. And then I started to think about the same thoughts that I had before when I was watching that particular video, just to understand why I wanted to get dreads, and if it would suit me, and how would my family feel if I got it. All those questions were coming into my mind. So then I thought about getting sister locks instead, as they're smaller than dreadlocks, and I didn't want to get really big locks. I wanted to get something kind of small, so because I thought if I get small locks, then maybe my parents would let me have it and they won't mind me having my hair locked. So I looked at sister locks and I started to get into it. Before I didn't like it. A few years before, my dad was saying that maybe my mum and I should get sister locks, and I wasn't too impressed with the idea. But then a few months ago I was looking at it and I started to get into the idea, and I spoke to him about it and said that I wanted to get it done. And he said, well, I said that you should get it done ages ago. So I was like, yes, cool, now I can get my hair done. Um, and then I decided to talk to my auntie who knows about dreadlocks and stuff, as she has her hair locked, and I said to her that I wanted to get sister locks, and then she told me that it's really expensive for upkeep and everything like that. And I did a lot of research online as well. I especially used YouTube and watching loads of different YouTube videos about what people thought about sister locks, and it does look really, really good, but I'm a student and you know, I can't afford to have to do my hair every 3 weeks, like spending £500 odd or like £80 a week. I mean, every couple of weeks to get my hair retightened. So at first I was really into the idea, and I thought, well, this is the only way that I can get natural hair, and it's something that I really want to do. But then I thought about it, and you know what, no, I can't afford it. So I continued to talk to my auntie about it, and she said, why don't I just get it locked? And then I thought about the idea, because I had been still saving loads of different pictures online of locks and dreadlocks, and I thought, you know what, I might as well just get locks, but I don't know if my parents will be happy about it, because locks are considerably larger than sister locks. But I spoke to my dad about it anyway, and he didn't seem to mind. I decided that I would get locks, and I asked my auntie if she would do it for me, because she said that she does locks for other people. So I called her up when I was at university, and we just had a little good chat about it, and she gave me a rundown of all the things that I needed to do. She wanted to make sure that I was really, really sure about the decision that I was making. But prior to that, I went back and I was doing loads of research on locks, just getting normal locks, not dreadlocks or sister locks. And I ended up going back to that Lazy Dreads video again, and I watched it all the way through, and it came to the point where he said, so if this scares you, then you should go back and do some more research. And I wasn't afraid. Well, I was kind of a little bit nervous, but it wasn't the same fear that I had those years ago. So I knew that I was ready to finally get it done. So had a good talk with my auntie about it. We set a date of when I was going to do it, get it done. And yes, I got it done in the end. So the process of getting locks, I can't really tell you much about it because I wasn't really paying attention. But it didn't take as long as I thought it would. It probably took about 3 to 4 hours to get it done, which is pretty good because I thought it would be longer, but it wasn't. And it was kind of like she did some sort of twists, like with 2 sections of my hair. She twisted it, she parted it into little like sections, and then twisted it. She put a tiny little bit of almond oil on there to keep it nice and moisturised, and then she just twisted it in not just twist, but in a special way, and that was the process. So it didn't take too long, not as long as I thought it would. I was definitely nervous before getting it done. I was really, really excited for all those months I was doing my research, and then when I had the yes that I could get it done, I was really excited. And then it came to probably 2 days before or the day before, that's when the nerves started to hit me, and I was actually thinking about it. I had to keep on saying to myself, yes, I'm ready for it, I know why I want it, I do want this. I was just quite nervous because, you know, you can't go back once you get it done, and everyone perceives you different, and there's so much changes about it. So I was definitely a little bit nervous, but then when I got to her house to get my hair done, we had about a half an hour, 45-minute talk about getting my hair locked, and I asked her all the questions that were bothering me, and she gave me some really, really good answers. So I knew I was in safe hands, and I knew that I'd be fine, because getting locks or dreadlocks is a community of people, and everyone knows you just know. So I knew I was going to be fine, and I was really excited about it. I don't have any regrets getting my hair locked because it has taken me 3 years to come to this decision. So it wasn't just something that I said, okay, I want to get locks, and then I go ahead and do it. It took a long time of me thinking about it, talking to different people, seeing what they thought about it. I wanted to know what everyone thought about locks, how they perceive people with locks, if it will affect anything that I did or hinder me in any way. And it doesn't. I was told it doesn't. Some people say, oh yeah, I had to quit my job or whatever, but it being in the creative industry like I am, I know that I won't have as much worries as that, but maybe the story is different for everyone. But I've only just started my journey, so I don't really know. I've had these, I started the process 2 weeks ago, so I've only had it for 2 weeks, and as when I got it, as soon as I got it done, she cane rode it to keep it protected, so that the ends don't just come out. We need it to lock, so I'm going through that locking process at the moment. The worst part, hands down, has been the itching, because I'm not supposed to oil my hair, as the natural oils in my scalp will come eventually. So I had to stop oiling my hair, and I can't wash it until the natural oils come through. And the first week was painful. It was so painful, because I'm not allowed to itch really, because it would just pull it out. But hands down the worst part is the scratching, but it's calmed down now. After the first week it calmed down dramatically, and now it's not itchy anymore, it's just a little bit dry. I'm just waiting for the natural oils to come through, but definitely the first stage was the itching. The best part so far, not exactly the looks, because to be honest it doesn't look like much and it's quite messy, and I have been getting comments of like, well, not comments, but you can see that people are not very impressed that your hair is messy. But I'm starting to really enjoy the way it looks. I'm enjoying every bit of the process, but the main part that I'm really happy about is the fact that I decided to do it, because as I said, and as I keep saying, it took a long time before I even decided to do it, and I'm just really happy that I made that decision for myself to do something that I've always wanted to do. So I asked you guys to ask me some questions about my locks so I can answer them for you. So I'm going to do that now. I picked out some of my favourites and I'm going to answer them. The first question was, what advice would you give to people considering getting dreads? Definitely go do your research. That's the only thing that I think is important for you guys to do. Just research. Find out online the best way to get it done that will suit you. You have to find a really good hairdresser that is really good, that will understand your facial features, because certain dreads suit certain face shapes and certain people and all that. So you have to take all of that into consideration, and you have to consider which method you want to use, or if the hairdresser's that good, they'll know what's best for you. I would say find out what your parents think about it first. Find out if you have permission to do it. If you're old enough, if your parents have a certain age that you have to do things, then you would ask them that. Then just to research in general to see if this is something that you really want, because sometimes, the majority of the time, you can't get rid of dreads unless you shave your head. Some of them you can brush out, but most of the time you can't. So just be really sure that this is what you want to do, as it is a lifestyle really. And I had this funny question from my cousin who is obsessed with Theo James, and she asked, what do you think Theo James would look like with dreads? And I would say I don't think he would look very good. But you never know. I can't imagine it. So the next question is, how long does your hair have to be to get dreads? And I don't think your hair has to be that long. I've known people to have at least 3 inches of hair to get it done. But my hair was this length before I got mine done, so it was perfect really, because it can only just grow from there. So I would say it doesn't matter, just as long as you have enough hair in your head to actually, you know. Can you dye your hair with dreads? Yes, you can. You can dye your hair with dreads because it's just hair. The last question is, can you swim with dreads? And the answer is yes. I would be hesitant the first month or so because your hair is still trying to lock into place, so I wouldn't go into the water straight away because that'll probably unravel your hair. But definitely once your hair is matured, then you can swim, it's just hair. So I hope you enjoyed this first video. It's going to be a series of videos, as I'm going to have dreads for life unless I get bored of it and just want to shave my hair, but I doubt that's ever going to happen. So I'm going to make sure that I do these videos quite often so that you can see the processes of my hair, and I can answer more questions for you guys if you have more questions about it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!